All right, once again, I welcome every one of you for tonight's session. And today I will be talking about bonding with kids and teenagers. Yes, I'm going to be making inferential statements and explanations to link this with teaching them sex education and why we should teach them sex education as early as possible. Because, like you see in our team, it is, it is, I mean, these children are jet age children. We use the word jet age children because of the speed of a jet, because of how fast jet flies. So, meaning that as much as possible as parents, we must be as knowledgeable as our kids, our teenagers, if at all, if not more knowledgeable than them. And if we see that we are short of a particular knowledge that they need, there's always room for us to develop more, build ourselves so that we're able to communicate them at a level in which they are going to really understand us. Now, I'm going to be talking to you about some of those factors that you need to cultivate. So, I'm going to be talking about 5 C's that you need to cultivate to be able to bond with your teenagers. And then I'm going to talk about 5 C's that you need to avoid when you are talking with your teenagers. So, here today, on one side, we'll be talking about about 5 C's to avoid, and then five C to cultivate. So when you are meeting with them, what are those things you should do or you should not do? Some of these things will make them to always want to be around you, while some others will make them to want to stay away from you. So you need to understand which one you should adopt at every point in time so that you will not end up pushing these children away from you. I always say this, that when always ask yourself, this behavior, this approach I am using for these children, is it driving them away from me or is it driving them towards me? If it is driving them away from me, I should ask myself, what then is my goal? What is my objective? Is my goal to drive them away? So if my goal is to make them closer to me, but I am behaving, my attitude is making them run away from me, what I need to do is to sit down and review my approach. At that point, I should not say it is their fault. They are the one I don't want to hear. We should not put the blame on them. Rather, we should ask ourselves, what way can I adopt that will make these children to draw closer to me? Jesus Christ said, let the children come to me, because he knows that when those children come closer to him, they will have an encounter. The same way with you and me. When these children are closer to us, that is the only way we can influence them for God. That is the only way that we can talk to them about sex education. So, every effort we are making as parents, as teachers, should draw these children closer to us. And I always make a statement that whenever you notice that your teenager, your child is drawing away from you, it is the time you need to run after that child and begin the reconciliation process so that Satan does not take an advantage of the situation and rob both you and your child. So you must quickly make effort, reconcile quickly, and come together again. So tonight, I'll talk about 5 C's. All of these 5 C's, they are talking about your habit. What should be your habit towards these children? 5 C's, 5 habits you should cultivate. And then I will be balancing it with 5 habits that you should avoid. I will be talking about each of them one after the other, but I will be mentioning about the ones you should avoid first. So let's move on to the first one. The first habit that you should avoid is complaining. Rather than complain to these children, communicate with them. Communicate. Don't complain. Communicate. Don't complain. You know why you should not complain? Complaining always creates a negative atmosphere. Not only a negative atmosphere, it also creates a stressful atmosphere. And it makes the children uncomfortable. The moment you see a child and the first thing you are complaining, you did not do this one very well, you did not do this one. Why are you? Why are you? Why are you? You are always unhappy. Then your children, they will start feeling guilty because They will think that they are the one responsible for your unhappiness. But dear parents, do you know that you are 100% responsible for your own happiness or unhappiness? There is nothing that should make you happy or unhappy without your permission. So when you are trying to push the responsibility of your unhappiness or happiness on your children, you make them feel guilty. And when you are doing that, what you are doing is that you are creating in them you are developing in them a pessimistic attitude, a attitude of complaining, because a complaining parent will raise a complaining child. So rather than complain, you should communicate, show them healthy ways to deal with challenges and frustrations. Show them healthy ways. When they do things that are not right, things that are not correct, approach them in a healthy manner. I'm going to talk a little about some of those healthy manner. When you are faced with challenges, frustrations, be positive in your attitude about it. Don't complain. Sometimes you are not even complaining to these children, you are complaining to another person, but your children will see it as mommy is always complaining, daddy is always complaining. Sometimes with complaining comes nagging. You nag and nag and nag every little thing, you are nagging. When you create that type of environment in your home, it will make it difficult for your children to easily come to you and talk to you about anything, not even about sex education. But when they notice that you are always calm, you are positive, that you're always focusing on solutions, not the problems. Yes, they have done something bad, something wrong. You are saying, okay, what do we do now? What do we do now? And then they see that mommy is thinking about, okay, how can I get my son, my daughter out of this problem? Daddy is thinking, how can I get my kids, my teenager out of this problem? You are thinking about the solution. You are not focusing on the efforts, on the errors, the mistakes that they have made, but rather you are focused on how to solve the problem. You become very attractive. They will find your company comforting and reassuring. So learn to share positive experiences with them and express gratitude always. Sometimes you have a lot of things in the house, but you are always complaining about the things you don't have. Your children are learning the same thing, but when you are always positive, you are sharing to them about the faithfulness of God. You are telling them how God has been so faithful to you even before you were born, before they were born. How God was faithful to you and their father or mother when they were born, when they were still small, as they were growing. You are expressing gratitude. You are teaching them how to express the same gratitude, and over time they will be relaxed around you because they are seeing a positive attitude. And when you are doing all of these things, you know what you are doing? You are communicating. Let me tell you, dear parents, we communicate to our children much more by how we behave, how we live, than what we tell them. So they learn much more from what they see us do than what we tell them. So, and when you are talking to them, use kind and considerate words. Don't use words that will hurt them. The Bible says, parents, fathers, provoke not your children to anger. Use kind words. Always use kind words for your children. Don't ever use demeaning words that will make them feel bad. Always use kind words. So the first thing is communicate. Don't complain. Let's move to the second one. The second one is care for them. Don't condescend. What does condescending means? Condescending means talking down on them. They are making little effort, you are talking down on them. You never appreciate the effort they are making. They are expressing their feelings to you. You talk down on their feelings. You dismiss how they feel. They are making their opinions during a discussion. You shut them up as if you don't want them to talk. Hey, that is what they call condescending habits. Don't condescend, rather show them care. Because when you talk them down, they feel disrespected, they feel unimportant, and they feel unheard. They feel silenced. And in our hangout in our house, there is this song that we taught the children, and the song was this: I have a voice. My voice must be heard. No one can silence me. My voice must be heard. I have a voice. My voice must be heard. No one can silence me. My voice must be heard. We must constantly make it clear to our children that no one should silence their voices, and we should not be the ones silencing their voices. And one way we can silence their voice is by talking down on them. They are making little effort, we are talking down on the efforts they are making. They are expressing their opinion, we are shutting them up. We are doing as if what they are saying is useless. This can damage their self-worth and even hinder open communication. Then they cannot talk to you again because they have come to you and say, Mommy, I am having sexual urge. And you shut down that child. Mommy or daddy, I noticed that whenever I'm with this particular boy, my body used to do me somehow, and then you start shouting on them. Are you the only one? If you ever get pregnant, I'm going to kill you. I will send you out of the house. I'm going to do this. And you talk them out. You think that child will ever come to you again? Never. And that is what many of them are saying. They said that they will not have even finished talking. Their parents have taken over from them. That their parents talk as if they know everything. They don't listen to them. Some says our parents don't understand us. So so another person say they don't try to understand our views. Some say they think that we are still children, that we don't have our own view and opinion. These are things that these teenagers were saying during my time of interaction with them. So you can see when we shut up our children like this, we hinder open communication between them. They will not talk to us again. And majority of them says that they prefer to talk to their friends than talking to their parents. And I asked them, if you have the options, who do you wish should have this conversation with you about sexuality? All of them says our parents. But I then asked them, so who do you normally have this conversation with? And majority of them says they have the conversation with their friends. And I said why? They said number one, their parents are difficult to approach. And then number two, their friends are more understanding. Did you see it? And these friends that are more understanding, the question is, what do those friends know? So you can see, parents, God must help us. We must wake up so that we begin to allow open communication between us and our children. So I've talked about you should not condescend. So show them care. How do you show them care? One, treat them with respect. Acknowledge their thoughts. Acknowledge it. Oh, say, hey, John, you have a very beautiful view. Like, say what you said again. I mean, I like what you said. Say it again. You boost their confidence. You boost it. And whenever they come around you, they know that you will allow them to talk. So they are going to be free to talk with you. Acknowledge their thoughts and their feelings. When they say, hey, mommy, whenever I'm with a girl, I used to have erection. My penis used to become hard. Give your child a warm hug and say, my son, that is a sign that you have become a big boy, and begin an open communication. Let them share more experiences with you. That is the only way you'll be able to help them more. Otherwise, you will shut them up. Sometimes they come to tell you some things that you don't agree with. Even when you don't agree with them, respect them. Respect them. Listen to them. Then acknowledge what they have said, while you provide further information that will help them to understand better. Don't shut them up. Don't say what you are saying is nonsensical. What rubbish is that? No, don't do that. Those are not kind words. So rather respect them. When you respect your children, they will feel respected and they will throw back the respect at you. Then listen actively. Parents, we must learn to listen to our children, especially children of these days. Currently we are dealing with Gen Z. Now we have a new set of children we call Gen Alpha. Oh my father. Parents, brace up. You can see the problem we're having with Gen Z. We don't understand them and they don't understand us. Now we are having Gen Alpha. The problem will multiply, but we must learn to listen. When we listen to them, we'll be able to help them because They have their own languages, they have their own songs, they have their own way of relating. So let's learn from them. Let's learn from them. Sometimes when I make this Gen Z like this, they'll be saying some things I don't know what they are saying. But you know what? I'll just stay calm and I will just innocently be asking them, what do you mean by that? With a smile on my face, what do you mean by that? And you see, they will be explaining, they will be explaining, they will be explaining, they will be explaining, and then you will realize that what they are saying are what okay, somebody said the voice is breaking. Please, is it general or is peculiar? Please confirm on the chat if you have been hearing me clearly. So, like I was saying, Gen Z, they have their own languages, and because they have their own languages, we must listen to them without interrupting them. Let them express themselves. Okay, thank you. And when they express themselves, we can now help them. Like recently, I don't know whether the mommy is on the call now. Oh, please, you can try. Somebody's having difficulty connecting. You can try again. Try to connect again. You can log out from Telegram and come in again. So, uh, there is this boy, I can't remember his age now. He came home. It came home and he told his mother, he said, Mommy, what is knacking? What is knacking? And the mother was surprised. The mother did not know what to say. So the mother now took it literally with him. The mother said, knacking means hitting a nail on something. And that is true. It is hitting a nail on something. But we must understand the Gen Z context of knacking. If you have been in their world, you know that you know what knacking means. Knacking does not mean hitting a nail on something. So when we listen to them, we are going to learn. I'm still going to have a conversation with that parent. What the parent should have done would have been, okay, first of all, tell me what you think it is. Like if they come to you with an information you don't have, what you need to do is to ask them what they know. Oh, let's discuss. Tell me first, what do you know about this thing that you have asked me? And you will see they will tell you what they know about it. And from what they know about it, you will derive your own point. Do you get it? That is how you can engage with this Gen Z. And then, do you know what happened? The boy went to school and came back the following day and said, Mommy, you were wrong. My friend says knacking means sex, having sex. That is what knacking means. Mommy, you were wrong. Just imagine that. The mother said that she was shocked. So the son now knows that what knacking means is having sexual intercourse. Just imagine that. So these are things that we need to be able to learn as parents, but we cannot learn if whenever they come to us, we're always talking, 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 talking. Hey, please talk less with your teenagers and let them talk more with you. The more they talk with you, the more you will know what is going on in their mind, and the better you'll be able to help them. I hope you agree with me on this. If you agree with me, you can put on the chat and let me know whether you agree with what I've said. Okay. Okay. Then use age appropriate language to show that you care. Especially children, once they are begin to approach 7, 6, 7, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years and above, they don't want you to regard to them as, thank you very much for agreeing with me, they don't want you to refer to them as a baby. They don't want it, so respect them. You see some of them and say, Mommy, I'm not a baby. Daddy, I'm not a baby, I'm a big boy. Please respect their growing, their development. Respect it. It's not easy to grow. It's not easy to grow. Respect them. And these are ways you can show care. These are ways you will not be talking down on them. Let them feel like, oh, I am a respected growing up teenager that I am. When your teenager realize that you respect them and that you are treating them maturely like an adult that they are becoming, they will be able to listen and connect with you better, and then you can bond easily. Then validate their emotions. Let them know that their feelings are valid. Like for instance, your teenager who is having sexual urge, don't start quoting scriptures that, oh, they have committed sin. Don't start making them to go and start confessing sin. Having sexual urge is not a sin. It's a sign that they are biologically normal. Having feelings towards a girl is not a sin. It's a sign that they are biologically normal. It is now your duty as a parent, as a teacher, to help them, to guide them. two ways in which they can put their sexual urge, their feelings under control so that it does not harm them. That is how you can now help them. Not to be telling them, not for you to be, how do I say now, criminalizing or turning everything to sin. No, be very knowledgeable, know what is sin and what is not sin. Then you can teach them about sexual urge. Oh, what you will notice that when you are with a girl for a long time, you may start having an erection, you may start having feelings. When you are with a boy for a long time, you start having feelings for that boy. You will see some of your boys, they will just wake up one morning and then they will have a wet dream. Their pants will be wet, and then they will be confused. They'll be feeling guilty and thinking they have committed a sin. That is where you should come in as parents and now sit them down and educate them and say, "Oh, my son, congratulations, you have joined the company of adults." It means that if you ever have sex with a girl, the girl can get pregnant. So you must be careful. You will now use that one to start sex education discussion with them. I remember there was a child, a girl, who was asking the mother, he said, "Mommy, why is it that when my brother wants to urinate, he will stand up and urinate, but when me I want to urinate, he will be telling me to bend down and urinate?" And the mother said she was confused. You can see, this for me, that is an opportunity to now sit down that girl and teach that girl about her body part and how she is different from a boy, and teach the boy how he is different from a girl using the correct names of that word, calling penis penis, calling vagina vagina, calling buttocks buttocks, not calling buttocks Abuja. You know, parents give a lot of funny names to these things, and those children go out there and they cannot relate with what the parents are saying. And the next thing is that they see the parents and some as somebody who does not know what he's talking about. So please treat them with respect, listen actively, use age appropriate language for them, validate their emotions, and then we move to the next one. Next letter is letter C. Celebrate them, cheer them up, don't criticize. Celebrate them, don't criticize, don't criticize. Celebrate. No matter the small effort they have made, celebrate it. Don't criticize. What does criticizing means? Do to them. Constant criticism can be damaging to a child's or your teenager's self-esteem. It affects their self-esteem. They feel like they are not adequate, like like they can never do anything well. Because you parents, you are the first validity of a child's ability to do things. If you, as the father and the mother, can let your child know that they can do anything in this world, there is nothing anybody else can tell them outside that they will believe. But no matter what anybody tells them outside, they will come and weigh it against what you have told them. If what you have told them is inadequacy, to tell them that they can never do well in life, no matter how much their teachers in school is telling them you can do well in life, they will still believe you. They say, "No, my daddy said I cannot do well." Like, so you must be very careful as a parent. Every little thing, you are criticizing them. They made effort, you are criticizing them. It affects them. It makes them become anxious because they don't even know whether this one that they want to do now, that you're asking them to do, whether they will still do it satisfactorily enough for you. You see many children going out of their ways to please their father and their mother. Dear parents, we must lower our threshold eh, regarding what pleases us about our children. When they make any little effort, let us appreciate them, cheer them up, celebrate them. Focus on their behavior, not the person. If they have done something wrong, address that thing that they have done wrong. Don't start castigating them. Just like it is, God loves the sinner, but God hates sin. Did you see it? God loves the person, but hates the action, hates the behavior. So when you show love to the person, it's a matter of time the person will do away with that behavior that you don't like. This is how this thing works. Rather than criticize them, be specific about issues. Don't generalize. Don't just say, "Oh, that is how you used to do." Is that how you used to do? But in those times when he has done some things good. So this type of attitude makes it difficult for us to bond with our children, and they will not be able to come freely to us because they will even be afraid and say, if I go and discuss this with my mommy now, with my daddy now, they will still tell me that I'm a useless child. They will tell me that the only thing that is in my head is sex. They will tell me that I am this, they will tell me I'm that. So they keep it to themselves. And like I said earlier, when they keep it to themselves, what have we gained? Have we been able to help them? Are we going to be able to penetrate their world and know what is happening in their world so that we can be able to help them? Definitely no. And then you see, we will lose, our children will lose. I pray we will no longer score goals for the devil in the name of Jesus. From today, God will help us, parents, that we will be together on the same page, in the same team with our children, with our teenagers, in the name of Jesus. So let's look at how we can cheer them up. Always offer solution. I think I mentioned this earlier. Always offer solution. Acknowledge their efforts. Don't just focus on the result or outcome. Sometimes the results may not justify the efforts. Sometimes your children has put in some small efforts, but the efforts they have put in did not bring out the desired result. Rather than focus on the results, why not focus on the efforts they have made? When you focus on the efforts they have made, you make them to see that process is as much important as the outcome. But when you are focused on result, on outcome, you'll be teaching your children on how to follow shortcuts, on how to do things in an illegitimate way to arrive at an outcome that they think will please you. Most of these children that you see that are misbehaving today, doing things that are contrary to the law, they are raised by parents whose expectation on them are so high, so high. I remember some time ago, the pressure was so much on me that I must make money, I must make money. I had to sit my parents down and say, see, this pressure you are putting on me, that I should make money, I should do this, I should do this. I said this pressure is not healthy. Don't compare me with, and then they were comparing me, my achievement, with the achievement of somebody who was already a banker. When I was still in GSS 3, in junior secondary school, the person was already a banker. So my parents were comparing me with that person. I said, look at also person. He has done this, he has done that, he has done that. And I reminded, I said, excuse me, this person you are talking about was a banker, a bank director, a bank manager, I mean. As at the time I was in junior secondary school, was already a bank manager as at that time. So I said, stop comparing me, allow me to grow, allow me to grow. Let me go through the normal process of development, of growth. And and I had to make them understand that. But it is not every child that can have that boldness to tell you that, mommy, you are putting too much pressure on me. And when your children notice that you are putting too much pressure on you or on them, they will avoid you. They will avoid you because they know that they have not impressed you. So when you make your children feel that way, when it is time for them to discuss anything sexually related, they will still avoid you because there is no bonding. So if you are going to bond with them, celebrate them. They come back from school like this and they told you about small things that they didn't, maybe they say, I answer your question. Dance with them, dance with them, rejoice with them, praise them and say, I'm so proud of you. No matter how small it is, no matter how small it is. For those of you who knows me, you will realize that I make a lot of compliments about people. No matter who you are, I am going to tell you something that is beautiful about you. No matter how bad people may think you are, I make sure I'll just look for something and I will make that comment. And when I make that comment, I'll make the comment publicly so that everybody will hear what I am saying. It makes them want to be around me. It makes them want to bond with me. Whenever I get to with these children and teenagers, you see, they want to come close. Hey, Dr. John, Dr. John, Dr. Balogun, Dr. Balogun. And because they know that when they come, if I don't comment about the clothes they wear, I will comment about their hairdo. If I don't complain about their hairdo, I'm going to complain about the shoe they wear or how nice the trouser they are wearing looks like. Just something about them. I'm going to comment about them. And if they make a comment, I'm going to appreciate them for that comment that they have made. And then, oh wow, you have talked very intelligently. And then afterward, I can make additional comments. So I avoid using words like using words like bet, things that can talk down on their good behavior, good output, good attitude. So let us acknowledge efforts, not just the results. Not just the result. Like by God's grace, I've written exams in this life that, like even before went to medical school, I spent 5 years writing exams, and every year I passed jam, but I don't get admission. Some people will say, oh, it's because I'm not trying enough and all of that, but I know that I was trying my best. So people should appreciate the efforts that is being made. The fact that your child has not given up. All those your children and teenager you see, just like you, they also feel like giving up. But you know, the fact that they have not given up is a reason for you to appreciate and celebrate them. Let them know that they are strong. When they wake up in the morning, speak positivity into them. Let them know that you are so proud of them, no matter what happens, that you'll be there for them. For my own children, I don't look out for them to be the best in their class. I just tell them, just do your best. And when they come home with their results, I buy gifts for them. Oh, you have done very well. I'm so proud of you. I don't care what they have scored. I don't I don't care what the result is. Even if they are the last in the class, I'm still going to celebrate them because I know that every morning they wake up 5 a.m., 6 a.m. to prepare to go to school. That is effort. They are making effort. And when children notice that you always celebrate them, you always cheer them up, you will see they will flock around you. They will flock around you. So now the next thing is that I think I've talked about this already. Celebrate positive qualities before talking about the need for improvement. Yes, every child we need to improve in one way or the other. But before you talk about what they need to improve on, you celebrate the things they have done very well. Celebrate the things they have done very well. So then lastly, help them to learn from mistakes. Please, parents, don't make your child to see mistakes as a taboo. We make a lot of mistakes in this life, a lot of mistakes. So teach them how to learn from the mistake by not focusing on the mistakes, but by extracting lessons from the mistakes quickly. And so, oh, like for instance, my son has just dropped a breakable plate mistakenly, and the plate has broken and fell to the floor. What should be my approach to correcting my son? The first thing is I should show care. Quickly run towards him and say, oh son, I'm sorry, I hope you did not injure yourself. You are checking his body. I hope you didn't injure yourself. A typical mother or father will say, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Oh, you should be doing this. You are supposed to hold it with your two hands. You will start criticizing and castigating, but that is not the correct approach. The correct approach is care about the child, because the child could have been harmed. Let the child see that you are more concerned about him or her than you are concerned about properties, about material things. Let the child know that you are more concerned about relationship they build with you than you are about your attachment to things that will soon pass away with time. So run towards the child and show concern. And when you have shown concern and care for that child, then you can now help to gather the mess, take care of the mess. When you have taken care of the mess, you can now say, son, next time, so that this will not happen again, you should always carry it like this with your two hands. You can even demonstrate. At that point, the child is not feeling neglected, it's not feeling ignored, because you have shown concern first. You have helped the child to take care of their mess. Now you are helping them to learn from their mistakes. So there is a video I made on, oh, I can't remember the topic now, but when they call your attention that your child has misbehaved in the school, or your son has misbehaved in the school, and they are asking you to come, whenever you go to that school, always ask yourself, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Let me tell you the story of the story I told in that video. Jesus Christ will ask the people around and said, anyone among you who have never committed sin, throw the first stone. And nobody will be able to throw the stone. They will all walk away. And Jesus Christ will look at your son or your daughter and say, son, daughter, neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. So when they call you that your child has misbehaved, rather than say, you this boy, why are you putting me to shame? Why are you doing this? Rather than complaining and doing all of those things, criticizing, condescending on the child. You show care for that child. Show concern and say, son, I'm so sorry about what Satan is doing against you. Don't worry. I will join your hands. The two of us, we are going to fight together and we will win in Jesus' name. When everybody is pointing accusing finger at your son or your daughter, be the last person to do that. Rather, let your attitude see, make the child see genuine love. Give your son or your daughter a hug in the midst of that accusers. Let them be shocked at your response. And then you tell the school and say, I'm so sorry about this embarrassment. We are very sorry. Don't worry. I'm taking my daughter home. We will go and take care of them of this issue. Then you get back home and then you get into exercise with your daughter or your son. You say, oh, son, daughter, you see this thing that the devil is doing. I understand this. That he knows, Satan knows that you have a very good future. That is why he's trying to mess up with you, but he's messing up with the wrong person. Or what do you think, son? Or what do you think, daughter? He's messing up with the right person. Will you mind if we have like fasting and prayer tomorrow from morning till 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock? Or can you do till 4 o'clock? You push it to them so that we can pray about this thing so that it will never happen to you again. When you approach things like this, there are mistakes like this, you will rather bring out the best out of your child. When you don't make it look like it's a taboo for a human being to make mistake, your children will feel free because they know that no matter what is happening to me out there, once I get home, my parents will take care of this mess. Let me just get home. My mother, my father will take care of this mess. They will take care of me. Let your house be a place of a place of succor where your children can easily come and find help. If they are having difficulties in school, they just say, "I just need to get home. I just need to get, or I just need to have a phone call conversation with my daddy, or a phone conversation with my mommy, because I know that my parents, they will listen and they will not judge." So this is how we can help our children to bond very well with us, and when they are discussing anything sexual related, we'll be able to understand them. I think finally now, the fifth one, connect with them. Don't compare them with anybody. Don't compare them with anything. Don't compare them with anybody. Don't compare them with their siblings, with their friends. You should connect with them rather. Now, see what comparing does. Comparing children and teenagers to their siblings or their friends, or comparing them to an ideal version of themselves that you have put in your mind, usually make them to become resentful. It makes them to hate their brothers, their siblings. All of a sudden, you say, you are the only one that always do this thing. Your brothers don't used to do like this. Your sisters don't used to do like this. When you do those, when you say those things, you are making your son or your daughter to hate their siblings. You are making them, you will be making them to become resentful towards them. So parents, let us desist from that. Let us desist from that. And then it builds insecurity in them. It makes them to see other people better than them. And you may not see them bullying other people out of their own insecurity. And it makes them have a feeling of never being good enough. So, and you need to know that every child is unique with their own strengths, weaknesses, and their pace of development. They don't develop at the same time. Like for instance, it took me 5 years to be able to get to the level of knowledge that will make me to be able to study medicine. I gained admission into medical school at the age of 22. But you know what? When I and it took me 5 years to write exam, to read, before I was able to get to that level of cognition, level of development that will make me to be able to compete well in medical school. Why? Because if I tell you the name of my village, you may not even find it on the map. I came from a very remote village. I don't have any mentor, nobody to see as a guide. I just came out and said, this is what I want to do. I don't have anybody to look up to as a guide. So it was all struggles alone by myself. My parents cannot read and write. My father don't even know how to read anything. My mother can read Yoruba language. Those are the people that raised me. It took me 5 good years after secondary school for me to be able to get to the level of development that will make me to be at par with my mate in medical school. And you know what? When I got to medical school, in my class, I had boys and girls, many of them who were 15, 16 years, and you see, very intelligent. Imagine that my parents is now comparing me with those children who were raised by, and many of them, he said that their father is a professor, their mother is a doctor. or their father is a doctor and their mother is a professor, or they have PhD. Like those are the type of children that I have to now be in the same classroom with. But that's my father. My father is a farmer in one remote village. We wake up every morning, 5 to 5:30 a.m. And the only thing we think about is how to go to the farm. Every weekend I must go back to the village to go so that I can do farm work on Saturday and Sunday. Then on Monday morning, I will resume to school. I always go late to school on Mondays because Friday afternoon after closing hour, I'm going straight to the motor park to go to the village. Then Saturday, I will be in the village. I will go to farm. Sunday evening, afternoon after church, we will go and complete the work in the farm. Then Monday morning, we will start traveling 2 hours back to the city to go to school. You get me now? So those are that is me now. I'm now in the same class with children who never do anything hard in their life. And the only thing they do in their life is just reading, 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 with very encouraging environment. So now imagine that somebody is comparing me with those people. You'll be unjust, unfair with me, unfair to me. So please, each child has his own strengths, unique weaknesses, and pace of development. Don't compare. Don't compare. They are not the same. A child may not understand even when he's 15 years old what another child has understood at age 10. So don't compare them. Celebrate their uniqueness at every point in time. I hope this point is clear. If it's clear, please put something on the group to show me that what I've said is clear. Then how do you do? Recognize and appreciate their unique talents and qualities. No matter how backward or behind a child is, they have their unique talent, they have their unique qualities that should be appreciated. And parents, we should learn to appreciate those things. We should see it and then we should appreciate it. Then we should encourage them to be better than they were yesterday, not better than somebody else. Do you get it now? Tell them that, oh, yesterday or last time you score so number, can you do better and beat what you score? Don't say can you do better than your sister or than your brother. Don't ever let that happen. Rather, let them get better and better every day by competing with their performance of yesterday, not competing with anybody. That's why I always tell my wife, I will say, see, I don't care whether my son or my daughter score first or second or third position. I don't want to build them with a spirit of competition. I just want them to be happy. Let them enjoy their life. Let them be happy. Because being first position does not matter, does not mean anything. Being first position. Eventually, in secondary school, we were 44 in our class. And in our class, I was not a private. I was not because I wasn't good enough. In fact, I was promoted from SS1 to SS2 on trial. Then SS2 something happened. They've already selected private. Then I began to learn how to read, and eventually God helped me. I graduated very well. Almost all of us in that science class wanted to study medicine. But you know what? I am currently, as I'm talking to you today, I am the only person in my class among the 44 of us who is a medical doctor. Only me. The senior private boy who wanted to be a doctor couldn't make it. The assistant senior private boy who wanted to be a doctor eventually became an anatomist because he also tried jam many times. He couldn't get medicine. Eventually became an anatomist. And many of them like that. I was the only one. If in that class, our teachers asked that and say, will Balogun ever be a medical doctor? Nobody will accept that it can happen. But it is easy. So don't build your children up with this spirit of competition. Rather, build them up to bond with you, to always discuss with you, and let them be happy with whatever they are doing. Help them to be happy with it. Celebrate, even if they carry 22nd out of, okay, if they carry 22nd out of 23rd, still celebrate them for trying, for making effort. Then engage in activities that they enjoy. This is one areas that makes me bond very well with these young people, these small children. Whenever I see them doing a particular play, I just join them. We play together. We do the things together. If you have seen me play with my children, we bond very well because We do things together. Sometimes I would turn myself to a horse and ask them to be climbing over me, and then I'll be doing up and down like that. So do things that make them happy. And when you notice that a particular action makes them happy, engage in it with them. Join them. Give some time from your busy schedule. Join them in that thing that is making them happy, and join them in that happiness. You will see that they will look forward to having a time out with you. So that helps you to bond with them. And when you get involved in things that interest them, it becomes easy for you to now discuss sex education with them. You can now say, as you are throwing ball, maybe you are playing ball with them, as you are throwing the ball, that time you say, son, do you know that very soon, whenever this happens, you will start having experiencing this. You are throwing the ball and you are discussing. Do you get it? It seems better. If they eventually start experiencing what you have told them about, they will remember the atmosphere, the environment where you were talking about all of those things, and then they will be able to relate better. And they can come back to you and say, daddy, that thing you said, I felt it too. That thing you said, it happened though, and all of that. And that is how you can be able to you can be able to bond with them. So when that bonding is there, it becomes so easy to say anything in a very safe atmosphere where everybody can talk, where everybody will listen and will not judge, where the child is free like the wind, can tell the father, the mother anything. And during my interview, there is this girl, very pleasant girl. She said that her mother has made it easier for her to discuss anything with her, that there is nothing she cannot discuss with her mother. I was so happy. Another girl says that her mother is like a big sister to her. Hey God, I mean those words sweeten my heart. He said, my mother is like a big sister to me. And then she told an experience of one day she was going on a bike back home, and the bike man who would normally come to pick them was now telling her that she needs to practice sex, so that when she grow up she will know how to do it. She will not be naive and all of that. And the bike man was telling her that if she wants him to teach her, he can park so that he can teach her. The girl said, because I already have a relationship with my mother, I got home and I told my mother about it, and she was able to help me. How beautiful that sounds. So bonding with our children makes it safer for them to discuss anything with us. There's not going to be anything in their mind that they cannot discuss with us. So let us connect with them. Let's connect with them. And I think that should be the last C. Attend. Oh, this is very important. I almost forgot it. Attend their big days. Please don't be too busy to attend their birthday pet parties, attend their celebration ceremony in schools, their end of the year activities, especially when they are presenting something. So attend those big days. Sometimes you may want to travel long distances just to make sure that you are present on their big days, on their happy days. Be there for them. It helps you to bond very well with them, because they will know that even if you come late, something will tell them and say, daddy will soon arrive. Daddy will soon arrive. Daddy will soon arrive. So let them be able to predict what your action is going to be on their big days. So, in summary, okay. Oh, I've not finished. I've only discussed four. Okay, this is the fifth one. I thought I was done. Now, be consistent with them and don't try to control them. Be consistent. Don't try to control them, because excessive control can negatively affect their independence. You see, there is problem brewing, and I can emphasize it. Dear parents, we are doing a lot of things for our children. The way we are doing a lot of things for them, do you think they will be able to do the same thing to their own children? The way we do everything for them, we are the one that registered their WAEC for them. We just printed the printout and came to give it to them. We drove them to the exam hall. Then we either waited for them or we came back in the afternoon when they finished the exam to come and pick them. Every morning, we carry them to school. In the afternoon, we go to carry them. We do everything for them. We are not allowing them to develop their own personal independence, their own personal life. So it affects their independence, it affects their creativity, It makes them to be unable to solve problems because we are always solving their problems for them. And this can lead to feelings of resentment and rebellion along the line. A time will come that your boy or girl will think that you are overbearing. They will think that you are doing over too much, that you're always over them. They will think that you are doing things excessively and they will begin to resent you, or they can become rebellious to you, or they become uncomfortable with your presence. So you need to allow them to make decisions, allow them some decision making, but within appropriate limits. You allow them, okay, but you are limiting them, and give them some free opportunity to be themselves, because they are growing up to become autonomous adults. They will not be with you forever. They will leave you one day. So start preparing them to become the adults that you want them to be. So be consistent, but don't control them. Tell them why you put some certain boundaries in place. You know, there are some times that your children can sense your inconsistencies. They notice that the way you treat A is not the way you treat B. Sometimes they notice that you are partial. You need to be consistent. If you have said in our house we don't do this, let them know that as far as this thing is concerned, we don't do it. There was one of the episode that we talk about building family values or upholding family values. There are some things in your family that you need to make it clear and say, see, in this our own house, a boy cannot plait his hair. We're not talking about the Bible now. Yes, the Bible is there, but in this family of Balogun, a boy cannot plait hair. So if their friends are telling them outside and say it's not wrong, it's not wrong, your son will be able to tell them and say, no, in our own house, it is wrong. And it will settle the matter. Those are family values. You say, oh, in our own family, as a boy, you cannot have sex with a girl until you marry you. Having sex with a girl when you are not married is a taboo in our family value. And you make it so clear so that whenever your boy is under pressure to have a girlfriend or to have sex, is remembering that in our house we don't do this, and you are consistent with it. You are saying, see, in our house we don't normally have boyfriend or girlfriend until when we have finished our school, we have graduated, we will now pray to God to guide us and lead us. And when God has guided and led us, we don't go to talk to the girl or talk to the boy until we have told our parents. That is the value in our family. If their friends are telling them otherwise, and they are saying, no, it's not wrong, it's not wrong, your son or your daughter will tell them and say, well, it may not be wrong in your own family, but in our own family, it is wrong. Family value. Be consistent. Let them know why you put those boundaries in place. And when you do it like that, it's covered. And if you are listening to me today, your children have already crossed the boundary and they are not, you've not told them about the family value. Start with apology. Call your boy and call your son and say, hey, son, I noticed that you are now having a girlfriend. I'm so sorry that I have not told you this before now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just want to let you know. You see, in our family, even if our friends are doing it, we don't do it. Oh, we don't do it in our family. For this reason, for this reason, for this reason, we don't do it. If your friend wants to do it, leave them alone. Leave them alone. But for you, we don't do it in our family. So that is how you build consistency. You can see, are you controlling them? No. But are you telling them? Are you telling them about your boundaries? Yes. So don't try to control them by limiting what they can do, but you are telling them the reasons for those boundaries, and you are emphasizing and upholding your family values. Then you should gradually increase their responsibilities as they mature, because it will help them to develop autonomy. Help them to build. Oh, sorry, please confirm on the group that you can still hear me. It's like my network is breaking. So it will help them to build autonomy, to be able to do things on their own. So as they grow, like maybe they are now 5 years, you can start introducing them to how to wash plates, how to wash their own socks, how to wash their own uniform. It's about teaching them, sitting them down and say, okay, today I would like to teach you how to wash your socks, and then you show them how to wash it, how to wash it, how to wash it. So you say, oh, today I want to teach you how you can dress up by yourself. I want to teach you how you can, please confirm that you can hear me on the group. Okay, so I want to teach you how you can dress up by yourself. I want to teach you how you can wear your shoe. When you do that, you are empowering them, you are building autonomy in them, so that when you are not around or one day you are sick, God forbid, they will be able to take care of themselves. Don't allow your children to be too dependent on you for too long. It may affect you later. So keep building those in the allowing them some degree of independence. Let a time come in their life that they can spend a particular limit of time with their friends. I say, okay, at this maybe when they are 8 or 9 or 10, you can say you have a chance to spend 20 minutes with your friends in the neighborhood every day or every week. You set that time. You are giving them independence. You are giving them independence. So, and when you are giving them those independence, you are consistent about it. If you give them 20 minutes and they spend 25 minutes, you should talk about it and say, oh, this 25 minutes you have spent, it means that you have used, you don't need to punish them. It means that you have used 5 minutes from your tomorrow's time. So tomorrow you have 15 minutes to spend with your friends. When you build those consistency in them, it makes them it makes you to become predictable. They know what your response will be. And when they are with their friends, they can tell their friends, say, oh, my time is up, my time is up. And they know the implication of them not doing what you have asked them to do. So help them understand consequences. That's what I'm talking about. If they have done something well, let them know that they will be praised for it. If they have done something negative, let them know that there is consequence to everything. When my son was younger, I was teaching him about consequences. And I told him, I said, see, if you misbehave, we will forgive you, but we will discipline you. So for every misbehavior, even though we forgive him, we always punish him for it. And there is no anger about it. We tell you, for this punishment, this is the number of strokes of cane you will receive for this thing that you have done. The number of strokes of cane is 2 strokes of cane, and then we say, yeah, prostrate. Give me your bum bum, or do you want to have it on your hand? And if they say hand, we'll give them that 2 strokes. Bam, bam, and then they will cry and say, come, why did I flog you? And then they say it's because of this, because then one time we begin to teach him, when we started teaching him about always saying sorry when they offend somebody, we noticed that he started offending the sister frequently and just say sorry, sorry, sorry. We offend and say sorry, sorry. So we realized that it is not enough for them to just say sorry. They must understand that even after the sorry, there is consequence. So the same way about family values, if you don't follow these family values, there are repercussions. So, and one of the repercussions is that you are going to lose the favor of me and your mother. You will no longer see our face again. We will no longer be happy with you. We will withdraw some certain privileges from you. I mean, all those things that make them happy, you will tell them and say, we will withdraw it. All this one that we allow you to go to your friend's house, you will not be able to go to your friend's house again. If you don't uphold this that we are telling you about, you give them those information in advance, so that any day they are feeling like misbehaving, they know that there is a consequence. So help them to understand consequences, both positive and negative. Then finally, let your reaction be the same way in every situation, so that they can understand what to expect. I think I've talked about this. This is how you can build consistency. Rather than controlling them, let them know why you are asking them to do what you're asking them to do, and let your response be the same. Let them know that, oh, if I do this, this is what I will get. If I do that, this is what I will get. So they will be able to stay clear on what they expect from you. I think with this, you will be able to learn how to bond with your kids and teenagers. I've talked about the 5 C's. You should communicate, you should cultivate, and then 5 C's you should avoid. And remember, I said you should communicate, don't complain. I said you should care for them, don't condescend them. I said you should celebrate or cheer them up, don't criticize them. I said you should connect with them, don't compare them with anybody. And I've said that you should be consistent in what you do to them, and don't control them. Don't try to control them. So I believe that you have learned a few things from tonight's session, and this has brought me to the end of this. I'm going to be open now to your comments, contributions. and your take home from tonight's session. Let's pray shortly. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for what you have taught us tonight, how we can bond with our teenager, with our kids. Lord, I pray that you give increase to these words in our hearts and help us to be better parents and teachers in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, for answers to our prayers. As we discuss further, please be with us. In Jesus' name, we have prayed. Amen. So, God bless you. Thank you for following me to the end of the discussion. I hope I've not wasted your time. Please, it's time to interact with me now. If I've wasted your time,